Okay, guys, you received the pre-fight instructions. Recibiste las instrucciones. Protect yourself at all times. Protégete todo el tiempo. Give me a clean fight. Una pelea limpia. Remember, no one is more professional than I. Let's go.
Rafael Ramos, the veteran referee, sending the fighters back to their corner. You saw the vast difference in body type between the two. Do not be misled by that with Andy Ruiz. He's actually pretty light on his feet and has tremendous hand speed in addition to pretty good power. Joe Hanks, as we mentioned, somewhat of a gym legend, sparred with the likes of Vladimir Klitschko and a lot of the biggest name heavyweights out of Carson, California. And a lot of people are very intrigued by this matchup. Ruiz pressing forward. Hanks usually likes to be the aggressive fighter, but it's Ruiz here at the start who's going to be pressing forward. Now, we mentioned the speed of hand of Andy Ruiz, but Joe Hanks also has good speed. He's very athletic and has good hand speed himself.
This was one of the fights on the card, as we talked about earlier, Rich, that created a lot of buzz, a lot of anticipation to see these two undefeated heavyweights go at it. I don't know how the crowd, this is probably the first time most of them have seen a heavyweight fight live, although that is the one other fight that they've ever had here at the Venetian Macau. Was a heavyweight fight many, many years ago.
And they're not really familiar with these two fighters, but both fighters certainly have their fans in the United States, and boxing peoples definitely are intrigued by this matchup. And Ruiz himself will tell you, he says, my opponents underestimate me because I'm not buff. I'm a little bit chubby. That's
kind of has a baby face too, but you can't be fooled by the baby face either.
And he said he promised to entertain the fans, and that's what he's doing so far. Andy having some success here now in the first round. Ruiz coming forward behind the jab, landing that quick left. And there you see, beginning to see the speed of hand we talked about with Ruiz. Ruiz looking far more polished, as you would suspect, than he did earlier in his career. Nice right hand caught Hanks, and that made Hanks do a little dance into his corner. Ruiz taking control of this first round. Hanks tries to answer back with a body punch. Rafael Ramos telling Ruiz not to hold behind the head. Ruiz getting that jab to work to some effect. And he did flash that one big right hand. There's a second right hand.
I got it. No punches. Let's go. Stay back. Please. Ah!
End of round one. Joe Hanks was being asked in the corner by Jamal Abdullah to amp it up a little bit. He had a pretty good first minute, I thought, but then the last 2 minutes definitely belonged to Andy Ruiz. Ruiz managed to land a couple of very good rights, had his jab working to good effect. And I don't think Hanks is accustomed to fighting backing up, but it was Ruiz moving him back through most of that first round. Now Hanks trying to get his own jab to work.
Don't hold it, don't hold it. Break! No punches.
We mentioned that Hanks sparred with Vladimir Klitschko. He's been in Southern California for a while, and he's called that it was a great experience for himself, and just to be in the environment of a fighter at that level, he said, to see how champions respond and how they conduct themselves. Felt it really helped them, but it's not helping him right now against Andy Ruiz, who's looking terrific through this first round and a half. Andy with another overhand right, a hard combination, and Hanks in some trouble. Legs giving way a little bit. And it's possible if Ruiz can land a
No punches, let's go.
He's trying to hold
strong
on.
punch that Hanks could find himself on the deck.
Break, no punches,
His
let's
legs
go.
are giving away.
Remember, break, okay? Let's go.
Ruiz, no expression. Hanks is going to need to get his jab to work. He's got a big edge and reach, and he's got to keep Ruiz at distance. And so far, he hasn't been able to do it. Ruiz walking right to him.
I got it. No punches. Let's go. Back. Let's go.
Rafael Ramos getting between two very large men. One weighing 236, the other 254. Now Hanks leaps in with that left hook. The jab from Ruiz. Andy's kind of soft-spoken. He can be funny to be around. But Hanks isn't laughing right now. He just ate that left hand. Good jab to the body by Ruiz. Hanks answers back. Neither man has tasted defeat as a professional. Andy Ruiz started boxing back when he was 6 years old. Now, Hanks had a pretty good amateur career. He won 5 different amateur championships, Golden Gloves and the like. Nice combination from Ruiz. Follow up right by Ruiz. Good left hook to the body by Ruiz, and I think Andy's got 2 rounds in the books.
I agree with you, Rich.
Round 3 scheduled for 10. Intriguing heavyweight battle between Andy Ruiz in the white trunks with the red trim, and Joe Hanks, white trunks with the black stripe. Could also identify him as Ruiz with no hair and Hanks with all the hair. All the hair that anyone could want, including myself. Christina, you get a chance to talk to Andy Ruiz much?
I did. I had a chance to.
Ooh, there's a hard right by
yeah.
Hanks. First, the really best punch that he's thrown so far.
I did. I mean, he's very focused for this fight. Said he agrees it's his toughest test yet, and really trying to just come in here focused and get a little bit more work in. I think 3 of his last 4 fights were first round KOs, so already seen a little more work.
Yep, they can't all be easy. And
No.
one thing that this will tell for each guy, I think, is how well each man can take a punch. They're both pretty good punchers. Both have pretty good KO records.
Andy did mention he was told a good performance in this fight, a win in this fight. He might be back here on the undercard of Pacquiao Rios. So we'll see if that comes to fruition.
Hanks was able to block that last left hand by Ruiz.
No punches, stay back.
Crowd reacted to it, but he got his glove in front of it. Rich Murata, Christina Poncher, we're at the Cotai Arena in Macau, China. Hanks digging that left. Hanks having a little more success in this round.
I got it. Let's go. Stay back, clean.
Ruiz seemed to stun him on a couple of occasions in the last round, but Hanks finding a little something here in this round.
Are you okay?
Call that a left. Called that left a little bit low. Ruiz didn't seem too bothered by it, but Rafael Ramos caught it. There's another good left by Hanks, but then a good left to the head by Andy Ruiz, and Ruiz now answering back.
Let's go.
Ruiz needs to let his hands go a little bit more because he does have the tremendous speed. He can fire punches in combinations.
Come on.
Hanks displaying a pretty good left to the body.
Okay, let's go.
Been holding quite a bit, but you see Andy, even in those close holds, continue to throw those licks at the body. Eventually, probably hoping to wear down Joe Hanks, as you saw right there.
And of course, a question is also should this get into the late rounds, how Ruiz will react.
Another warning for a low hit right there.
Ruiz's last 4 fights have lasted a total. This is round 4 at the Cotai Arena in Macau, China. We're at the Venetian Hotel. Andy Ruiz in the white and red trunks and the shaved head. Joe Hanks, 21-0 in the white trunks with the black stripe. Hanks started boxing at about the age of 12 for a short time, and then he got into basketball. That was his main sport for a while. Came back at the age of 19. Actually went to trade school for a while, became an electrician. So looking out for his future, and calls himself the future. And the winner of this bout is going to take a big step toward a successful future tonight. Rafael Ramos is the third man in the ring. Hanks trying to put together a combination.
I think he's had a solid start to this round, Joe Hanks has.
I got it. Step back, clean, that's it.
Ruiz getting that left jab. He definitely can move Hanks back with his jab. There it is again. Hanks lunging at him with that left hook. Oh, tremendous left hook by Reed, flattens Joe Hanks. Hanks shakes his head, and he's in trouble at the count of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Did he make it? Oh, he got up. I mean, that was 9 3/4. I thought he was about to be counted out. Here comes Andy Ruiz, and down goes Hanks for the second time. The fight is over, and Andy Ruiz has the biggest win of his young career. Lupe, as we take a look at Andy Ruiz, it was a right hand that started it, but the left hook was the power punch. A tremendous left hook shot. Look how quick that combination is. That's it with Andy Ruiz, the speed of hand. And then Hanks just couldn't recover, basically. And this knockdown finished him off. Rafael Ramos called it right at that point. But that first knockdown was just a brutal shot. And that second knockdown finished him off. He really didn't have his legs.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Rafael Ramos calls a halt to this contest with an official time of 1 minute, 41 seconds of round number 4. Damas y caballeros, el referee Rafael Ramos detiene el combate con un tiempo oficial de 1 minuto, 41 segundos del cuarto asalto. El vencedor por knockout técnico, your winner, by way of technical knockout. And now, the WBO Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, Puro Chicali, Andy Ruiz Jr.
Ruiz the winner. He marches on with his 20th consecutive victory. And he thrusts himself into the heavyweight picture. As we've been kind of putting it, the winner of this one would change from being a prospect to being a heavyweight contender. We all know that the ranks of the heavyweight division are not deep, let's face it. But he got a big win there. Lupe Contreras is going to talk to the winner, Andy Ruiz.
Nos encontramos con el nuevo campeón de la OMB Intercontinental del peso completo, Andy Ruiz Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves with the new WBO Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. Andy, how do you feel? ¿Cómo te sientes?
Well, I feel good, man. I worked so hard to get to this point, and I'm glad. I want to thank God, my family, my team, and everything. My dream's going to come true as long as I keep working hard. And I thank Mikaela people. And I know I showed myself. Thank you.
Dice que se siente muy feliz por la victoria, le da las gracias a toda la gente de Macao y que esto va a determinar su futuro y que va a ser un gran campeón. Tell us how you finished off the bout. ¿Cómo fue que concluiste el combate?
Well, at first I started throwing the jabs in the bottom, trying to get him tired, and it worked. As soon as I threw the hook in the upper, and it hit right in his big chin, and I got him.
Dice que empezó a lanzar el jab y luego le conectó con el gancho, le metió un upper en la quijada y ahí terminó el combate. ¿Qué sigue para Andy Ruiz? What is next for Andy Ruiz?
Well, whatever my manager, my team wants me to do, and no matter what, I'm just going to keep training and get ready for the next victim. And I thanks Bob Aaron, Bruce, all the top ranked, Joe Gallardi, my manager. We're going to get to the top.
Dice que lo que sigue es lo que quiere su manager, todo el equipo de Top Rank, y que hasta la cima de esta división va a ser para Andy Ruiz. Back to you guys.